Welcome and thank you for your continuing support. My name is Mucho Balinda, and today we're going to talk about how to cultivate a global mindset in business. The world is opening up more and more. The possibilities and opportunities are abounding. However, the grip of the past on us is not loosening fast enough, allowing us to live our lives to the fullest. What can you do as a business owner, as a customer, as an employee, as the community? What can we do to maximize our impact in today's economy? And this is the question we'll seek to answer in this topic. When we are young, naive, and inexperienced, we think that the world revolves around us. Everything we do when we go to the mall, when we go to the playground with other kids, and in every activity we engage in, we act and behave as if everybody ought to live according to our plan or our way of doing and being. But that's not how the world runs. Being in this mode of operation, we limit ourselves because we fail to see the possibilities that are out there. The many friendships, the many toys, the many activities, the many games that are out there, because we are caught up in this me environment. And every time we encounter something that's unfamiliar, when we encounter something that's new and something that makes us uncomfortable, we cringe or we push it away. The simple fact that something makes us feel uncomfortable or is inconveniencing us should not be a reason to push it away or to discard it. To the contrary, especially if it has to do with other cultures, if it has to do with other people, we should look to understand it. We should look to know how to deal with that element rather than pushing it away. Because by doing that, we are depriving ourselves of an opportunity to learn and understand something that can take us to the next level. By avoiding uncomfortable situations, we are limiting ourselves. We are not tapping into the potential. We're not using all the opportunities, all the resources that are available around us. As we grow older, and if we have the right care, we begin to notice and acknowledge the presence of others in our environment. We see new players on the playground. We see new games. We see new activities. And my question to you, how big is your playground? Are you still in that small playground in your backyard? Or is it in the small playground in your neighborhood or in your city or in your state? How big or how small is your playground? Do you want to continue to play on this small playground where only what you say, only what you think matters? Or do you want to enter into this playground where you have global players, you have global rules, you have global resources? Are you ready to do that? And you cannot enter this global environment when you're still operating in a me environment where different intimidates you or it frightens you. You need to develop a different mindset. And this is our topic today, how to develop a global mindset in business, a mindset that will help you to be a player on a global stage. Are you ready for that? So what is a global mindset and how does one develop that global mindset? A global mindset is the ability to think and act across cultures with an openness to learn and adapt to new ways of doing and being, and also to embrace diversity of thought, diversity of perspectives. When you have that ability, you are ready to enter the global playground, where you'll start playing with global players, where you'll have access to global resources. You'll start doing things in ways you've never done before. However, the outcomes will be greatly satisfying. Are you ready for that? And what does one benefit from developing this global mindset? The more you engage with people from other cultures, the more you learn about other people or other ways of doing things, you expand markets. You're able to provide services to places you've never been before. But because you understand the way of doing things, because you understand what's important to them, you will be able to join them and serve or solve their needs. That comes as a result of having a global mindset. So there are more opportunities available as a result of having this global mindset. Also, you gain this flexibility, or you have this ability to interpret your environment. And in case there is a change in the market, you'll be able to position yourself in order to succeed so that you're not swept away by the wave of change. We've seen many companies in the recent past that were swept away because of a wave of change of the digital world. Companies such as Blockbusters, companies such as Borders, bookstores, they were swept away because they could not understand the changes that the digital age was bringing in the market. You do not want to be one of them. So a global mindset will help you understand the market and know how to position yourself strategically to avoid being harmed by waves of change. So those are the benefits. And also enjoying friendship, enjoying life in a more open and a more friendly world. How does one develop a global mindset? For a long time, I used to hear people make this joke. They would say, you can take a man out of the jungle, but you cannot take the jungle out of the man. I used to laugh because I thought that it was funny. However, as I heard the joke more and more, I started realizing that it wasn't so much a joke. Because I asked myself, why would someone want to take the jungle out of someone? The only reason that would make that person want to take the jungle out of another person is because the jungle is a point of friction between the two. The jungle is seen as something inferior, something bad, and it needs to be taken out. But is that really a good perspective? Is that a good way of looking at the situation? Because to me, the jungle is a culture, just the same way the city is a culture. And these two are different. They're different rules, different players, different ways of doing things. So rather than looking down on the other one and trying to take out the elements that make them uncomfortable, the right approach would be, what can I learn from the jungle? What skills that the jungle people have that I can learn and use in my everyday life? At the same time, the jungle person would also look at the city and say, what is it in the city that I can learn to help me live better? So when they have this perspective, both of them will benefit because the city person will see opportunities in the jungle and the jungle person will see opportunities in the city. And when they decide to work together, the opportunities will be unlimited. This is what happens when people have a global mindset. Now, when you're still operating in a small mindset, everything that makes you uncomfortable, everything that's different, you look at it as something that needs to be taken out. So the question to you is, what jungles are you taking out in your company if you're a business owner? In your company, if you're an employee, in your company or in the community, what jungles are you taking out? Perhaps it's the policies that you're implementing that are taking out the jungles in people's lives, because those policies are restricting them to live their lives to the fullest. Or it could be your hiring processes. You hire people, especially when it comes to diversity, you hire people who are different because you want to look good to the rest of the world. You want people to say, oh, this company is doing well because they do this as far as diversity is concerned. However, the real motive is not diversity for the sake of diversity. It's because of what you get for taking that action. And that is not a reflection of a global mindset. If you want to hire people who are different, hire them because of the skills, because of their abilities, because of the things that they can do to take your company to the next level. There are different perspectives, there are different ideas, there are different ways of doing things. That will give you an edge over your competitors. So if that's how you are, if that's what you do, you're doing fantastic. But if you're not there yet, there's still a road ahead. We need to work together to see how you can get to that next level where you embrace diversity in all its colors, in all its shades, in all its complexities. That is what a global mindset does. Are you ready for this? So a global mindset, as I said, is not looking to take out. A global mindset is looking to understand. A global mindset is looking to find common ground so that it can expand, it can grow. That is what a global mindset does. You will develop a global mindset by accepting diversity for what it is. You're willing to learn other cultures. You're willing to learn the customs and traditions of other people. You can do that through reading. You read books, you watch videos, or you attend cultural events. You engage in conversations with people from other cultures. These things will help you develop a global mindset. You can also do this by developing curiosity for international affairs. What channels or what radio stations, what newspapers do you read? What television stations do you watch? Is it just your local news, or do you read the news from all over the world? Do you listen to radios like BBC, like Al Jazeera, Radio France International, or Voice of America? Do you listen to radio stations like those? Because these stations talk about issues or things that are happening in other countries. And by listening to these stations, you'll be able to acquire the necessary skill or the knowledge you need to operate in those environments. You'll know what's going on politically in a certain country. You'll know who's doing what in business in what country. That will help you stay up to date as far as international business is concerned. The next thing that you can do is to develop friendships, to develop relationships with people from those other societies or those other countries. That's the best. In fact, if you are able to travel to other countries, live there for an extended period of time, that will be the best way to learn or to acquire a global mindset. However, when you go to these places, when you develop these relationships, keep your mind open. Do not go in with a judgmental mind. Do not go in with a critical mind. Because when you do that, you're not going to learn anything. You'll be reinforcing the erroneous beliefs that you have about other cultures. But when you remove judgment, when you remove criticism, you'll see what's out there. You'll see the true perspectives that are out there. And that will open other possibilities in your business. That will open other possibilities in your personal life. And the consequence will be you'll have a global impact. You'll have a global reach if that's what you're looking for. If you want to be a global player, you need to come from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Stop thinking that everything you have is all there is. Try to be someone who's always looking for something different, something new. You're curious. You're always looking to learn something different about other cultures. That is the mindset of a global player. Thank you.